darkness to bring light to wisdom. And then also imagine that you are offering not just one light, but innumerable lights into the world with the light of wisdom. And then the darkness is removed. And first, that you should become somebody who embodies the wisdom by igniting this light of wisdom and then learning the wisdom. And you embody this, and then try to spread it from you. We talk about the charity begins at home. So this is how we should be doing. Instead of blaming others, oh, this is a problem, that's a problem, they're not doing this. Instead of that, start from yourself. So this should be the symbolic of often the igniting this light in yourself. And the issue on page 8, in the base, page 6. And there's one verse by Bodhisattva Shantideva, page 8. Page 8, verse 8. Last verse. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions. For all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions. For all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions.
We'll make 2 lines, so 1 line.
With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma. Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions.
With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma
For all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all the mysteries closed.
With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma
for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma.
With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma.
All the mysteries closed. With folded hands, I
Beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma.
With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant Radha Dharma for all the mysteries glory.
With folded hands, I seek the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the
Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to chant the light of Dharma for all the mysteries glory. Okay, thank you. Please take your seats. Okay. Setting a proper motivation with 3 points. So as I give the introduction, don't think that this is just like a formality or like a ritual. So these are very important points. And so earlier, when I was in my 30s and early 40s, naturally somebody has physically a lot of energy, and I can run from early morning till evening. I did not usually feel any having sense of tiredness. So once I hit late 40s or early 50s, and the tiredness started to sink in. And because of which, at one point, I was just thinking of that for the retreats. Okay, this retreat is okay, but otherwise, some very intense retreats where we, for example, recently we did in the, I don't know you were there, the Dipong. Yes. So for these retreats, it's an intense study retreat, and I'd also had to prepare, and there are other meetings happening, and my own preparation classes. So I did not really have much energy. In fact, I did not have much energy. Because of which the morning sessions, I was thinking of skipping, and in the early days, no issue. And then this is what is happening. So now here again, early morning practice. We're doing it. I'm joining you. Otherwise, I would rather do it on my own, on my own, and then somebody can lead the practice here. But there are so many young ones, new ones, beginners, and for them to learn how to practice. So therefore, the morning practice is not the ritualistic part of the retreats. And this is something that we are doing it just for the sake of the all of us learning how to undertake your daily practice. And for the time you may not feel the gravity, the benefit of this, for the time being. So towards the end of the session, towards the end of the retreat, you come to realize that, okay, this is the morning practice is very important. So this is what we learn how to, as a takeaway for your life. Throughout your life, you leave the retreat and then you continue to practice based on what we've been doing in the mornings. And the morning practice that we're doing here is just so important. It's very concise. Sometimes some people that they practice so long, and then the efficiency is so less. So that's what we're doing here is compiled together, all based on the instructions that we get that I used to get from, meaning the people used to get from His Holiness the Dalai Lama and my teachers. So this will be extremely invaluable for all of us. And when I give the instructions, don't think that this is a part of the ritual. Okay, so you try to remember all the points which I'm trying to say. So while you remember these things, and also if the need be, make note of those. And this will be very helpful because that oftentimes many of the concepts are being shared in this morning session. So that also becomes a part of the retreat, the study retreat. Okay, with this mind, first the setting proper motivation, which has three parts. One, the refuge field. Number two, the bodhicitta field. Number one, refuge field. Number two, bodhicitta field. And number three, the purpose of the practice. The purpose of the practice. The first, refuge field. Refuge field means the visualizing the enlightened masters, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, as sources of inspiration for you. So for that matter, the two things again, what to visualize and how to visualize. Visualize the enlightened beings who embody the greatest of the two wings, the greatest of the compassion, the wing of the compassion, and the wing of the wisdom. Somebody who embodies both, like His Holiness, like the Buddha Shakyamuni, and for example, like some people who have a tremendous, could get inspiration from Lord Jesus Christ, or Lord Ram, or say Prophet Muhammad, or Lord Mahavir, or Bahula, or Guru Nanak, and so forth. Just whoever you see as a role model. And that too, don't just think that, okay, because I'm a Buddhist or Buddha, not necessarily. Says, for example, for me, one of the greatest inspirations is the Lord Jesus Christ, His courage. So this is something, for example, for some people it can be like Mahatma Gandhi, who stood for the truth. And for some people it can be like just the Mother Teresa, who really exemplified her compassion to the poor people. So like that's, say, the two wings, keep in mind the two wings, the wing of the universal compassion and the wing of the wisdom. So whoever you see, we call them as Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So visualize all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in front of you, and how you visualize them, that they are so loving, caring, embracing. Likewise, visualize for the Bodhicitta field, visualize your two parents, and some of you may have complication with the parents. It doesn't matter. So it can be for multiple reasons. For some, it can be like, hello, 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 hello. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So so whatever is the case, what we're trying to do here, eventually, let alone your parents, we will come to learn how important it is for your own well-being, how important it is to embrace all others, including the most difficult person in the world. And for the time being, you may find it unacceptable. It doesn't matter. So we would learn this gradually. Our minds have tremendous capacity to overcome. In fact, if you have a disagreement with somebody or the ill feeling towards somebody, the uneasy feeling towards somebody, uneasiness within us. So that uneasiness is the source of problem for you. And what we are trying to do is we're trying to overcome all the feelings of uneasiness. And then you feel the infinite ease with nothing creating uneasiness in us. So that's the purpose. But this mind, so whatever is a factor for you to feel the uneasiness, particularly the difficult people, you'll be amazed that if when you succeed in this practice, I can see that many of you are very young ones, like the 20s, or how many in your, okay, just those in their 20s, raise hands. Those in their 20s. Okay, so the 20s and those in their 30s. Okay, 40s don't feel sad. Okay. So what I'm saying is that particularly the young ones used to have time. If you start this early, at this early age, then this realization, the feeling where your heart opens up to everybody, and that you see even what we so-called the difficult people, you start seeing them as like small children, and you feel so compassionate, loving, caring. So this will come to us as we mature. So for that, we require time for us to reach to that level of maturation, and not only time plus effort. And effort, right effort, correct effort. So correct information, complete information, and systematic information is very important. So with this, then you can expect that once you reach like my age or even younger, you start to feeling that your heart expands, and then you see that whole world is like small children, filled with small children who do not understand the consequences in the future. So this is the where, and even those who are in your 30s, 40s, 50s, just start putting effort. You'll be amazed. We never know. For example, like for young people, they have time, but when you'll get to reach that realization, we never know. Some people can reach their realization faster, and depending on how much effort did you put, what kind of imprint that you have from a past life, we never know. So with this in mind, even the elders, like my age, like 50s, 60s, so we have to put effort. And what I'm saying, young ones, because that the young ones, they don't have the life experience. The seniors, elders, you have life experience. So because of this, without me having to tell too much, you know that, okay, life is like this, you know what this life is. The young ones, they have a fascination. Oh, the life should be like this, and so forth, and which actually you may not reach there. Instead, there's something extremely meaningful, most meaningful part. You may because the world, ordinary people are like small children. Because they're small children, even the elders, they're also like small children.
The small children, what they do may not tally with the most meaningful part. So the young ones may flow with the tendency for them to flow with the other children and chasing after what is not meaningful. So here, because of the great the teachers like His Holiness and the great Nanda Masters, so from what we've learned, the legacies that we've learned from them, from the young ones, you get the opportunity to see that, okay, what the elders are doing, it may not be the right thing. There are brilliant things which the elders have no idea, which we're getting to learn. So you will see, okay, now I should make sure that my life, the remaining part of my life, maybe like if you have to live 80 years, 90 years, you have still another, say, 70 years, which means it's a lot of the time in hand to make your life so meaningful that next life you're born as a little boy, little girl, you see something very different. For example, like the great teachers, Buddha himself, as a little boy, very different, extremely kind, extremely intelligent, because of being trained in the past lives. Yet His Holiness also say every movement you wouldn't believe, every movement, even just the smile, just the no look. His Holiness is the public, the longer prayers. His Holiness has knee problem. He has knee problem. Still, he is walking. He's walking, smiling, looking at everybody. Every movement has a reason, the purpose. This is all because of his incredible middle lifetime, the practice. So we also, in this life we practice, and next life will be very different. This is how we keep improving. And finally, the hidden treasure within us will be unveiled fully. So anybody who's putting effort towards unraveling this hidden treasure known as the Buddha nature. These are wise people. People who deviate from this just for material things and the power, just only trying to go or chase of these. The extreme non-wise, they will never be happy at all. Temporarily, because of the past karma, they may be able to get some wealth, through corruption or whatever, through corruption in power, and actually deep inside they're never happy. So those are the childish people, or childlike people, and those who put effort in uncovering your hidden treasure. But then I say these are the wise people. So these will, without any fabrication, without any imposing yourself as somebody, the true potential inside will shine where all the painful tears stop. And the history of the world, you know the history of the world. For example, like Hitler, how did he die? He shot himself. Who will shot yourself if you're happy? So he was the one who supposed to have conquered the world. And then, like the great Alexander the Great. Why great? Because he's seen as the king of the emperor of the whole world. Alexander the Great. How did he die? He died just in 30s. He died. So conquering, thinking that you conquer the world, and you don't know how to conquer yourself. You have to conquer the world, and in 30s he left the world. So what I'm saying is that these are the indication. These are the indication of the lack of maturity. Someone who's very matured, like you can conquer the world. You can really conquer the world with the compassion. For example, the Buddha Shakyamuni. See, he left the palace and conquered the world with compassion, with wisdom. And anybody who thinks of the Buddha, there's so much joy. There's so much joy. This is how he conquered with compassion. So conquering with fear, this is your childishness. So with this mind, just invoke all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas as a source of inspiration for you to likewise eventually cultivate universal compassion, two wings, universal compassion and wisdom. Both are required. And for the Buddhas of the field, visualize your two grandparents and all your family members, including children, and all other dear sentient beings. And the purpose of the practice is finally to awaken your hidden treasure within, so that you feel, no matter what external factors you meet with, you feel the total fearlessness, all the painful tears stop, and your ease expands to infinity. And that too, at, at all times. And imagine that you are leading this practice and all beings are joining us. Page 3. From tomorrow, I may request Venerable Bidunla to lead the prayers, and I'll be here, but for me to conserve my energy. Okay, so page 3. And choose with great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all erroneous views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. And choose with great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all erroneous views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. And choose with great compassion, you taught to dispel all erroneous views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. Sanje choda tsoge chonam la chanju bhado dane gyabsu sonam ge chola penjere sanje chubara esho sanje choda tsoge chonam la chanju bhado dane gyabsu che dage jinso kebe sonam ge Tola benjire sanje dubare shu sanje joda tsoge chonamna chanjo bardo dane gyabsu che dage jinso kebe tsonamge Tola benjire sanje dubare shu I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Independent origination, there is no ceasing, no arising, no annihilation, no permanence, no coming. No separateness, no sameness. I prostrate to the consummate Buddha, the supreme among all teachers, the one who taught this peace, which is free of elaborations. Though I prostrate to the mothers of the hearers, who is the Bodhisattvas and the Buddhas, as follows. The note of all which leads to his hearers seeking pacification and complete peace. The note of the paths which causes the Bodhisattvas with altruism to benefit by greatest to achieve the aims of the world. And the omniscience, the thought of possession of which helps the Buddhas expound a variety of teachings endowed with complete aspects of subjects. The one who has transformed into the reliable guide, motivated by altruism to benefit sentient beings, the teacher, Sugata and protector, to you among prostrations. The one who has eliminated the web of conceptualizations and has endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and the profound, who eternally shines forth the forever noble light rays, to you the Buddha I make prostrations. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. Okay. We will recite this mantra once, and then I'll explain the meaning, and then followed by 2 times recitation. This is known as the essence of dependent origin mantra. And this was taught by the Buddha. Of course, the Buddha must have taught it in many places, but for sure, according to the historical record, we see that the Buddha taught this in the heaven, where the heaven. When Buddha was there to teach his mother who took birth there. So the Buddha taught this to the god and goddesses. And then after 3 months, the Buddha descended. So the place where the Buddha descended is known as Sangasya. And maybe young ones, many of you don't know where this place is, where the Buddha descended. There's known as Sangasya. And how many have been there? I don't know. Okay. So unlike the other holy places like Bodh Gaya, Varanasi and so forth, Sangha is actually not too much developed, but this is an extreme holy place where the Buddha actually descended from the heaven. So after giving these teachings. Okay. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham dathagato yavatat te sham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham dathagato yavatat te sham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham dathagato yavatat te sham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye swaha. Okay, let me explain this. The mantra, usually people have the feeling that if you recite the mantras, you'll get some power and you'll some blessings. Yes, you'll get blessing, you'll get the power, but here in this case, the real mantra, the mantra or whatever you do, the purpose is finally there should be change happening within your mind. The real treasure lies within your mind, which you're going to learn. And then when you learn something, they don't just learn it as a theology. Theology meaning something dogma. Oh, this is what is said, we have to accept it, no question. No, you can ask question. You have to get conviction. For example, if I say that okay, let's say that I say suddenly the unknown person comes and which says that I'm going to sell this to you. I'm going to sell this to you. What will you say? The first question, what is this? You getting it? Dara? Yes. What will you say? What is this? Oh, this is magic. What will you say? Oh, wow, right? And how much? If you go like this without analyzing what it is thoroughly, this is your childishness. Whereas smart person will ask, oh, how is it a magic? You're getting it? And you have to prove it. Only if the person, and then this suddenly it becomes like, say, from there you say, hey, they bring food, and food comes. And say, hey, the somebody needs to have a good path. A good path happens, right? Where the car can come directly. You don't have to carry a bag. And suddenly it happens. Then this is real magic. You getting it? So simply because somebody says something doesn't mean anything. So you have to really be confident. For that you need to check that you should be benefited. The benefit should be there. And when I say you should be benefited, later on you will come to realize that your ultimate benefit and benefit of others, these two are synonymous. Initially, these two are very separate. So when you work for yourself, it turns out to be very selfish. When you work for others, nobody is there to take care of yourself. So these two appear to be so dichotomous. Later on, we come to see that these two are synonymous. When you are at a higher level of the realization, maturity, you want to realize that the best way by which to take care of yourself is to take care of others. So universal compassion is the ultimate solution for your well-being. This is what you will realize later on. For the time being, what I'm saying is that the real magic is where which will help to awaken your hidden treasure. The real treasure lies here within yourself. And when I say this is not a dogma, you can ask question. You can ask question. You don't have to believe in it. Ask question to double check it. Learn. Don't be quick to reject. Don't be quick to accept. This is very important. Learn this. Oh, he said that we all have the hidden treasure. We have the ultimate source of happiness within yourself. And how can I know this? How can I prove that? You have the liberty to ask all these questions. Nobody has the right to stop you from asking questions. Finally, your well-being is your well-being. So you have the full right. You have the full right to know how it is true that you have the hidden treasure. This is very important. So having said this, now if I tell you that, okay, let's say that you see people enjoying mangoes. How many like mangoes, by the way? Raise hands. Particular Alfonso mango. Okay. How many you like cheesecake? Cheesecake? Okay. So let's say that say you like mangoes. And you see that people are having mangoes grown in their own small field. And then what do? You plant bitter gourd seed. You get some seeds. Actually, these are the seeds of bitter gourd. And you recite mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum. Recite mantra and put it there. And what will grow? Bitter gourd. Don't accept mangoes. Hey, Buddha, please let me have mangoes. You plant bitter gourd seed. What will grow? Buddha will give you mangoes? No, don't expect that. You're getting it? Don't expect that. If this is what somebody can do that, then why not? No, but why should people put effort? If the Buddha has that capacity, you do anything and you grow mangoes, automatically mangoes grow. Then the Buddha is loving to everybody. Buddha loves everybody, so he would not leave anybody suffering. But really, they are full of suffering. And people, some people say, oh, my guru can heal the world, my guru can do so. No, the world is full of miseries, the reality. So, now the Buddha came not to say that Buddha does not watch the negativities of beings, which we're going to read it. And this is reality. It's not the Buddha's weakness, it's a weakness of ours. It's a weakness of ours. So, what can the Buddha do is the Buddha has the capacity. For example, if you are anybody from physics background, presents. Okay, so let's say that you are so keen on physics. And physics, there are two teachers. One is Albert Einstein, and the other was the average professor. And who would you take as your teacher? Albert Einstein, you have a choice. Who? Albert Einstein. Why? Because he has the capacity, his knowledge is so good that you can get the maximum out of this teacher. Whereas if the teacher is average, you'll get average. You will not get full. You're getting it? So therefore, the point is that it's not about, oh, Buddha, may I become Nobel laureate in physics. No, you will not become Nobel laureate, 100%. Not only you pray to Buddha, you pray to Jesus Christ, you pray to anybody, you will not become Nobel laureate in physics, 100%. If you look at the history of the Nobel laureates in physics, they are somebody who put effort in physics. How many agree with me? Raise hands. No magic is able to make somebody a Nobel laureate. Everybody wants to become a Nobel laureate in physics. But you cannot become Nobel laureate in physics unless you put effort in physics. So this mantra is to tell us that you have to put the correct effort. This is a real mantra. You getting it? Don't expect, you don't put any effort and then Buddha, Jesus Christ, Lord Ram, something should happen. This is illusion. This reality, illusion. So the Buddha said, don't wait for that. We should be the first thing that we learn is we should become very realistic, pragmatic, realistic. What is meant by realistic? Somebody who leads his or her life based on the principle of cause and effect. Don't forget it. What does it mean by realistic? Somebody who leads his or her life based on cause and effect. If you want happiness, if you want mangoes, plant mango seeds. Don't plant bitter gourd seeds. If you don't want bitter gourd, don't plant the bitter gourd seeds. You plant something else which you like. For example, like mango seeds, apple seeds, and so forth. This is the message. And we all have that capacity. We all have that capacity. So, this mantra said, Ye Dharma. Okay, first, Om. Om, you want to add? You don't want to add, is fine. You want to add it, you don't want to add it, it is not a big issue. But if you want to add it, Om, this syllable is common to the Jains and many forms of Hindus. I'm not too sure all Hindus, because they are Samkhya, Vedanta, Vaisheshik, Nyaya, Mimamsaka. So there are many of these different sects are there, and which of them these accepts these mantras, Om, syllable, Om? We're not too sure. I'm not too sure. And we cannot be too naive. Hinduism is like one. It's not one. There are multiple sects there. Multiple sects there. So those different sects developed in this particular place, Indus. So this and later came to be known as one group is known as Hinduism, and Buddhism as a separate, and then Jainism separate, Sikhism separate. So these are the major religions which developed in India. So, so Om. So according to these two traditions, the Jainism, Hinduism, Buddhism say the syllable Om is consisted of three letters. Three letters: A, U, Ma. Not A, O, Ma. It should be A, U, Ma. And combined together, it becomes Om, not You're getting it? And you may be wondering, why, how? These are all the language issues. And I wouldn't say issues, is the language, the sophistications. And for example, like the CUP is, how do you pronounce it? CUP. Hedara. Cup. PUT. Put. It's same, but why? CUP is U is a cup. Then PUT put. Put or put. Why not put? Tell me. Because CUP is cup. U is a. Then PUT put. Why U? Why U? Okay. So it's a language sophistication. You're getting it? So language sophistication is there. So likewise, A, U, Ma combined together, it becomes Om. You getting it? And if you want to really, really learn why Om, this, that thing, then go to the Sanskritist. And if you want to learn why you say PUT, not put, is put, CUP, cup, go to the linguist. You're getting it? And even the linguist may not have answers. Huh? Say A-U-Ma. Omare. So even Geshe was confused. Okay. She spent like 20 years in study of Buddhist philosophy. Okay, so let's not digress. A-U-Ma combined together became Om, not You're getting it? Okay. So these three letters, A, U, Ma, they symbolize the body, speech, and mind. A symbolize the body, U symbolize the speech, and Ma symbolize the mind. A, U, Ma. And which mind? Which body, speech, mind? Body, speech, mind of the ordinary beings like us, and the body, speech, mind of the enlightened beings. When you say enlightened beings, not only the externally enlightened beings, when you become enlightened, so these three letters, they symbolize body, speech, and mind of you now, we now, and when we become enlightened. So this Now this explanation is purely from the Buddhist point of view. You getting it? But Om, how this syllable Om come into being by the combination of three letters, this is common to all three. But what they symbolize can vary starkly between the different traditions. In Buddhism, these two symbolize the impure body, speech, mind, as well as the pure body, speech, mind. And with this mantra, or with this syllable, we should be reminded that I should not remain an ordinary person. I should become enlightened. How enlightened? What we have? We have body, speech, mind. That's it. We have body, speech, mind. And these three, if they become enlightened, you become enlightened. This is what we refer to as you becoming enlightened. So, with this, you should be they are reminded that I should transform my impure body to pure body, impure speech to the pure speech, impure mind to the pure mind. That is the meaning of attaining enlightenment. So, Om. The next part is Ye Dharma. Ye Dharma. First, let me go word to word. Ye is these. Dharma is phenomena. The phenomena. These phenomena. Ye Dharma. Hetu. Hetu is a cause. Cause. Hetu prabhava. Prabhava is arise. All these phenomena arise from the causes. Ye Dharma. Ye is these. And Dharma, phenomena. Hetu, cause. Prabhava, arise. All these phenomena arise from causes. They don't arise randomly. They all arise from causes. For example, who you are today is because of your previous causes. And then, for example, like say, we get to be together. It's also because of the previous causes. They some past reasons, some past causes. Not I want you to word reasons for the time being. So till we get conviction that the reason and the causes, they become like the synonymous at a certain point. At the moment, reason is something which many people say, oh, there must be a reason, or you're suffering because of there must be a reason for us. Reason implying that there's a greater purpose behind. Not sure. Okay, so but the cause, of course, anything that happens, there should be a previous cause. So, ye dharma hetu prabhava. Experiences, good experiences, bad experiences, they never arise randomly. They arise from the respective causes. The next, hetum tesham tathagato hyavat. Hetum is a plural form of cause. Hetum is a plural form of cause. Hetum tesham. Tesham is these. Tesham is these. Hetum tesham tathagato. Tathagato is the one who has gone to the ultimate, who has gone to the thatness or the ultimate, referring to the Buddha. Tathagato means that Tathagato is another the epithet of Buddha. Tathagato. Tathagata means the Buddha in simple terms, but to be very precise meaning, the one who has gone to the ultimate, one who has gone to the thusness. Tathagato. Hyavatat. Hyavatat means said, as a idea said or taught. So these courses, these courses are taught by the Tathagata. The next, Hetum Tesham Tathagato Hyavatat Tesham Chayo Nirodha Evam Vadi Mahashramana Swaha. Tesham, again these, Chayo is whatever. Chayo is whatever. Whatever of these, Tesham Chayo Nirodha. Nirodha is a cessation. This is Sanskrit. This is Sanskrit. I learned it. I didn't learn Sanskrit overall. I just learned the meaning of this verse because I'm reciting this every day. So, Tesham, but these, Chayo, whatever, Tesham Chayo, Nirodha, cessation. Cessation meaning stop. Stopping the causes of the miseries. Stopping the causes of the miseries. Tesham Chayo Nirodha Evam. Evam is thus. Evam Vati. Vati is again taught or said. Said or taught. Vati Mahashabana. Ma is the great, Shramana is the saint or the seer, great seer. Okay. Overall speaking, okay, let me once more go through this. Ye dharma, these phenomena, ye dharma, hetu, cause, prabhava, arise. These phenomena that we go through, experience of pain, experience of joy, happiness, compassion, all these, they arise from their respective causes. Ye dharma hetu prabhava. Hetum tesham tathagato hyavatat. Hetum, plural form of causes. Tesham, these. Hetum tesham tathagato, the Buddha, hyavatat, the taught. So what these causes are is taught by the Tathagata, taught by the Buddha. Tesham chayo, tesham these, chayo whatever, nirodha, the cessation, stoppage, cessation, ceasefire. We talk about ceasefire nowadays. Ceasefire, cease. And the noun form is cessation. So, tesham chayo nirodha evam is thus. Evam vati is taught. Mahashramana, the great seer. So, so all in all, the meaning is that whatever experiences we go through, joy, sadness, happiness, kindness, the cruelty, these are all the results of the previous causes. And what are the causes of these? What are the causes of these miseries? Cause of the happiness is all taught by the Buddha. And how the Buddha taught it? Not that the Buddha invented these causes. Buddha discovered these causes. Don't forget it. It's not that Buddha just created something like the creator God. No, the Buddha discovered this reality. Buddha discovered the reality that things arise from the respective causes. So, the Tesham Chayo Nirodha, and with the miseries which we don't like, the miseries which we don't like, we need to learn how to stop them. So, how to stop? How to stop the miseries? Say, what will you do? If there is a poisonous tree growing next to you, poisonous tree, and when blowing through this tree, you have skin rashes. So what will you do? You keep going to hospital? Hey, young boys, girls, tell me, what will you do? There's a poisonous tree going there, and when the wind blows through the tree, and hits your body, creates skin rashes. So, this skin rashes because of this, this poisonous tree, and then every time you skin rash, you go to hospital. You do that. What will you do? Huh? Say it again.
Cut the tree, cut the tree.
Remove the tree, cut the tree. Yes, this is the smart one. Oh, the tree is very complicated. I have the skin rashes. Doctor, please. Doctor, right? Give me. And the doctor give. And the one doctor is there. Doctor will give us the medicines, and you will consume the medicines. Medicines. What is medicine? There's also a side effect. You're building the side effect toxins in your body. You're getting it? Where smart people will keep the body very clean, not filled with the medicines. Instead, you remove the cause. This is caused by this. So by taking the medicine, tree will not go away. Right? That taking the medicines, tree will not go away. So if you want this problem temporarily removed or removed for good, what do you want? Remove for good, then what should you do? Remove the cause for good. What is the cause? Not taking the medicines. The cause is this poisonous tree. Remove the poisonous tree. So this is a message that all the experiences of the miseries that we go through, these are caused by the respective causes. So the Buddha taught how to remove the causes of these miseries. You're getting it? Buddha will not remove your miseries like this with his hands, but he will teach us this is the cause. And some people, they are very smart. Some people say that some parents to teach their child how not to put the finger in the electric, correct? The connections. How do they teach? If they say, the child will never learn, child try to do the opposite. So what some of the parents, smart people, when they do is that they try to pretend as well like they're putting the finger in the electric socket. They do not put it, pretending, putting there, and then we were getting shocked. And you force the child to put your finger also there, and the child runs away. You're getting it? So this is how. So therefore, this they say, oh, don't do that, or I'll protect you. No point. Somehow there's a time where the parents are not there and child is there, and child will then experiment it and will die. You're getting it? So therefore, the best thing is to teach this is the cause, this is a problem, and this problem lead to this disaster. Show the disaster experimentally, and then the child gets scared, and then will never go there again. You getting it? So likewise, the Buddha will not remove the miseries like this. Some parents are so overprotective, overprotective, overprotective. So this is a problem. Of course, it's all out of love, all out of love, but this is a problem. Child never grows. Yes.
I don't understand how the poisonous tree is the source when the source is you not taking care of yourself from the wind or the don't destroy the tree.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think that's the source of the problem.
Don't you know that there are poisonous trees?
But they're more than just poisonous to us that they're poison, but they do other things also.
Do you know that you are filled in the poisonous tree? Would you still say there are other?
So then I'm the source of my problem, right?
No, so you will kill yourself?
No, I can cover myself or move somewhere.
So this is what I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying. So you have to remove. So therefore, this is just an example. You're getting it? Okay, example. But what we need to check is that, say, the breakfast is a source of problem or not?
Breakfast?
Is it a source of problem or not? Okay, listen to this girl. Breakfast. So many people has to put effort in this. If you're not there, people don't prepare breakfast. They have a holiday. So why you have to run away from breakfast? People have to work. People have carried their breakfast from there to here. Right? And if you are not there, then at least that weight will be less for the people. So you have to run away from Tesamling. And don't eat food in the world at all. And medicines, don't take the medicines. Why? Medicines, they went through trial. So many animals were killed. You know that. Don't take the medicines. Will you take or not take? Be very honest. Why? So many people died. The animals died for experimentation. It's your problem, not their problem.
But how does that make the tree the source?
No. What I'm saying, you don't understand what I'm saying. So we should be, in other words, what I'm saying is we should be very realistic. You're getting it? We should be very realistic. Say that this is an example given. Now the meaning will come back. The meaning will tell you how to finally free yourself so the external factors will not affect you. So, are you activist? Sort of.
Well,
Are you activist or not? This is my question.
I don't know.
No. Have you been into this, involved in this, ecology and so forth? Huh?
Like, you mean protest?
Not necessarily practice. So writing things, saying, talking about it and so forth.
No, talking about
Okay. So no hurry, young people. So what you do is first be patient, listen to the complete talk, and then you will realize these are all metaphors. You're getting it? Metaphors meaning examples given. Don't take it too seriously. So with examples, then you will switch to the real meaning. If the real meaning you see contradiction, raise your hands. You're getting it? Examples are given to convey the meaning. Okay, so with the poisonous tree, we should be very realistic. Realist meaning, how many of you would be very happy that if the poisonous tree is there, poisonous tree, and it affects a lot of people, you want to remove the poisonous tree? Raise hands. I will remove the poisonous tree, 100%. How to remove the poisonous tree? Whereas if there's a tree which gives so much of joy, peace for other people, at any cost I will keep it there. Even the government says it must be chopped, I will say no, it helps so many lives. Even this poisonous tree kills the birds also. But is the things from there, the birds are killed. What will it do? What will it do? Now look, she has no answer. This is young people's problem. Young people, they only see one direction. They don't see other angles.
You made up that scenario. Like,
This I made up. So why are you too concerned about it?
because it's real life. I feel like nowadays people do kill when it's there. Like they oh, let's kill.
No. This is, I'm not saying go kill. This is not my problem. Yeah. I'm creating a scenario. Scenario is not reality. Don't worry.
I say it's because I see it happens in the world.
Exactly. It happens. So we have to protect. How to protect? First, protect yourself. If you don't have gold, you cannot export gold. Don't forget it. You're getting it? First, you should be protected. You should be very strong. You should see the world. You're getting it? You should see the world. And then, for example, dirty water. Dirty water. Dirty water. So if it's dirty water, run away. Don't say this is dirty water, run away. Will you do that or you clean up the water? No, it's your problem. Why should you clean it? Why are you wasting resources?
It's not wasting.
Huh?
It's not wasting.
Of course you're wasting resources, but you are wasting money on this. Okay, so the first young people, you have this, I can see that kind of the passion or some energy inside. This is very precious. You're getting it? So somebody who wants to protect any form of life, be tree and so forth, that aspiration, that desire to protect life, this is so precious. But that is like the two wings. What are two wings? With compassion. You getting it? And what's the other wing? Wisdom. Young people, this is where this is lacking. You getting it? But young people never remain young. They'll continue to grow older. So which means while grow older, don't remain a dull person at all, the same dull person. We have to keep growing. You're getting it? Young person should keep growing. So we cultivate the wisdom. With the wisdom and compassion together, then can really make a difference. Otherwise, for small things, even with the example that you give, you're worried. It's self-created worry. You're getting it? So I come here, I never cut any tree here. It has been how many years? 4 5 years. Huh? No, for me. 5 years. I never cut a tree. I always give this example. But I leave without even touching the trees. Don't worry. This is young people's problem. They take things too seriously. Okay, look. So now I'll give another example. Dirty water. Dirty water, she's happy. Right? The poisonous tree, she's not too happy. Okay, the dirty water. So what we do is that, say the dirty water is there and this water affects your greeneries around and that affects your health. And you go to hospital all the time or you want to clean the dirty water. And thus she's very happy. Clean the dirty water. You're getting it? Clean it up. Because that is root. So the Buddha taught, Ye dharma hetu prabhava, hetum tesham tathagato hyavatat, tesham chayo. How to stop whatever is the cause of these miseries, that should be stopped. Tesham chayo nirota. Evam vadi shramane so. This is how to stop the cause of miseries is taught by the great seer. Great seer refers to the Buddha. So when the Buddha said, I will teach, this is not the meaning. The Buddha is saying that all the enlightened beings of the past, they taught this. You getting it? All the enlightened beings in the past, they taught us how to stop the causes of miseries so that your miseries will be stopped. You getting it? Okay, I'll tell you one thing. And all the others also, that don't be shocked. You're getting it? Say, we have a great sense of that the tree is life. Life is very precious. Don't forget it. At the same time, all these will have a meaning only if this mind is there. Where the mind is missing, somebody who can feel, when that is missing, nothing makes sense. So there's one physicist, he said that if the observer is missing, whole world is a dead world. Aesthetics, greeneries, ecology, ozone layer, these are all just meaningless if the observer is missing. You're getting it? For the young minds like you, for the time being, it will not make any sense. These are the knowledge, the wisdom. So because that this mind is there to feel, it is there, you cannot remove it. It is there, so therefore these becomes very important. Greeneries, they become very important. Ozone layer becomes very important. Glaciers become very important. Every life is very important. And the diversity is very important. And small children, they want to remove the diversity. For example, in the world, what the world is going through now, trying to destroy the other side. They see the diversity there. Diversity should be the beauty of the world. It should not be the reason for destroying each other. Small children, they don't see this because they have the passion. They don't have the wisdom. You're getting it? With the wisdom, they will appreciate the diversity. For example, we talk about the diverse ecology. Diversity of the ecologies. The varieties of the trees, greeneries is very important. And yet, the small children, like the leaders, they don't see that. They see you as different. I have to exterminate you. Cultural revolution. What is cultural revolution? To destroy any culture which is not related to yours. This is cultural revolution. Okay, so this little digression. Okay, with this in mind, we know the meaning now. And then the more detail will be studied. So all this is so precious. This mantra, by reciting this, don't expect that some magic will happen. This will just, real magic is you realizing that things happen by their respect causes. For example, physics. How many of you take physics very seriously? Meaning that what the physics said, this is true. Presents. What physics said, this is very true. Be very honest. Physics is a very standard knowledge. Presents. Yes, it's very standard knowledge. Today, the whole world is operating based on physics. Based on physics. All the technologies, they came from physics. So, same, according to physics, whole universe is operating based on the physical law of cause and effect. You getting it? So what I'm saying is that this is, when I say this is what the Buddha taught, you may feel that this is something religious. No, this is not religious. Buddha discovered it. When the manner in which the physics discovered, the whole universe is operating based on the physical law of cause and effect. Whole universe is operating based on the physical law of cause and effect. It is because of this that when quantum mechanics was introduced, where the concept of the randomness was introduced, Albert Einstein was stood against that. Because Albert said the whole universe, there is no room for randomness. Whole universe is operating based on the physical law of cause and effect. So this is where Einstein and Niels Bohr, one of the greatest advocates of quantum mechanics, and Einstein, two of them, the giants of physics, two of them had this discrepancy, this conflict there with respect to the advocacy of the randomness in quantum mechanics. Einstein himself contributed a lot in quantum mechanics, but with the concept of the randomness, Einstein disagreed with, saying that universe is not governed by random phenomena, random entities, it is all governed by a cause and effect. So the Buddha taught whole universe is operating based on the cause and effect. The word physics, physical, taken out because for the Buddha, physical plus mental, both are there. But according to physics, the mind is not included. Mind is given a separate job, separate the denomination, psychology or neuroscience. And physics means physical. So they think the whole universe is operating based on physical law of cause and effect, and the Buddha taught whole universe is operating based on cause and effect. Okay, so with this in mind, Let's now recite this, and the meaning must be well reflected. So this recited mantra, you should become more and more and more convinced of the cause and effect relationship. That if I want mango trees, mangoes, I have to plant mango seeds, not bitter gourd seeds. This conviction should be there. Okay, let's recite it once more. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham gato yavatat te sham chayo nirodha evam vate mahashramanaye swaha. Or the meaning of dependent original mantra. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. Whatever is the cessation of the causes is taught thus by the great seer. Profound, peaceful, elaboration-free, clear-lighted, non-composite. Such as the nectar of Dharma I've discovered. Finding no one to fathom this teaching, in silence I'll retire into the woods. Beyond utterance, thought, and expression is the perfection of wisdom, which is unborn, unceased, endless as nature's space, is the object of apprehension of self-realized wisdom. To you, the mother of the Buddhas of the three times of obeisance. The four seals of the Buddha's teachings. All composite things are impermanent. All contaminated things are nature's suffering. All phenomena are the nature of emptiness and selflessness. Transcending sorrow is peace. The Guru is the Buddha, the Guru is the Dharma, likewise the Guru is the Sangha, the Guru is the source of everything wholesome. I go for refuge in the Guru. By the sound of the vibrant drum of Dharma, you liberate all beings of miseries. I beseech you to kindly remain and give teachings until the end of the expanse of billions of eons. The Buddha does not watch the negativities of beings, nor does he remove their miseries by his hands. His spiritual realizations are not transferred to them. It is by teaching the truth of suchness that the beings are liberated. Instructions on parting from the four attachments. If you are attached to this life, you are not a spiritual practitioner. If you are attached to samsara, you have no renunciation. If you are attached to your own self-interest, you have no bodhicitta. If there is grasping, you do not have the view. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered miseries gloom. Having generated the mind of supreme enlightenment, and with all sentient beings as my guests, I'll engage in the appealing deeds of excellence and enlightenment. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. Okay, today we will return to page 15. Now, as we recite the Buddha praise, Buddha Shakyamuni praise, don't think in this sense. Many people have this thought that if you praise the Buddha, if you praise God, then the God will be very happy, bless you. No, this is too small, childlike thinking. So here, for Buddha or somebody believes in God, whether you praise, not praise, there's no difference for them. But for in the context of the Buddha, when we praise to the Buddha, where the praise is always done with identifying the good qualities of the Buddha, and identify what are the good qualities, you also have the Buddha nature. You also have the potential for full awakening. You also have the potential to become enlightened. And what are the qualities embracing which you become enlightened? You identify these qualities and see if you have some of these qualities within you. If you do find that some of you have these qualities, you must acknowledge. If you have good quality, you must acknowledge it. Sometimes, in the pretext of being very modest or what do you call it, humble, you try to just sideline your good qualities. You have to acknowledge your good qualities, but that should not be the reason for you to become egoistic. Good qualities to be identified so that you become inspired to have the potential to grow. This is very important. So meanwhile, if you see that some of these qualities with which the Buddha is praised, if you don't see these qualities within you, but keep in mind that you also have the seeds of these qualities. Apple seed is not an apple. but the apple seed has the potential to give rise to apples. So we also have the seeds of these qualities. So our job is, okay, these are the qualities with which one becomes a Buddha. Also have these qualities, the seeds of these qualities. I must put effort in germinating these seeds. You getting it? In the process of germinating these seeds of the good qualities indicated as the base on which the Buddha is praised, then you keep growing. You keep growing towards enlightenment. Okay, where all painful tears are stopped and your happiness expands to infinity. Okay, so let's read this with this mindfulness. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the Tathagata, the full destroyer, the completely perfected, full awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subdued from the Shakya clan, are prostrate, make offerings and go for refuge. When all supreme amongst humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 shrines, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise, then I prostrate. With pure bodies, form supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With a supreme science, face like a spotless moon, color like gold, to you are prostrate. Dusty like you, the 3 worlds are not. Incomparable wise one, to you are prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the field of merit with qualities like vast ocean, to you the Tathagata prostrate. The purity that frees from attachment, the virtue that frees from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dhamma that pacifies the prostrate. Those who are liberated also show the path to liberation. Wholly feel qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you the Sangha I prostrate. I prostrate to the Buddha, the chief of my pets. I prostrate to the Dhamma, the protector. I prostrate to the Sangha, the supreme one. To all three I always prostrate with reverence. With extreme devotion do I always prostrate to all who are worthy of prostrations. Through surrendering my body's numbering particle that comes to all realms, to not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions, subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of Buddha. A star, a visual aberration, a flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through this marriage may sentient beings attain the rank of subdue the 4 falls and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. Okay, let's just turn to page Heart Sutra, page 31. Page 31. Okay, so the Heart Sutra, particularly the from Ladakh, the Ladakh young boys and girls, you have read this, you have heard this. I don't know whether you read it, but you have heard this so many times in life. So now we have to know the meaning. Coming here, we have to know the meaning of all what we have been doing. Otherwise, in your home place, you have to know what these are. So Heart Sutra, the say as we recite this on the. By the way, how many of you been to Rajgir, the place where the Buddha taught Heart Sutra? Raise hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lakshmi, no. Okay. So young boys and girls, Ladakhi boys and girls, you do not go. Rajgir, Chagopumbari. You went there, raise hands. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So if you've not been there, try to go there once. Bodh Gaya, Rajgir, and likewise to Vaishali and other places. Try to go there. Um, so there, the Buddha presided over the congregation, the group, And on the one side was Aravalokiteshvara, the Buddha of compassion, or the Bodhisattva of compassion, and on the other side is Shariputra. And then surrounded by the Bodhisattvas, monks, nuns, lay devotees, they were all there. And then the Buddha went into Samadhi. Samadhi meaning meditative state. And Buddha went into meditative state. And when you become a Buddha, you have access to everything simultaneously, direct access to everything. While you are in a meditation, you also have direct access to what anybody else is doing. You have that access. So with this, so while the Buddha immersed into the ultimate reality of emptiness, Buddha also inspired, blessed Shariputra to stand up and ask question to Aravalokiteshvara. Then Shariputra stood up, made prostration to Buddha, prostration to Aravalokiteshvara, then asked a question. So this is the background information. Now, with this background information, what should we be learning? What should we be knowing from this Heart Sutra? 3 points. One, what was the question asked by Shariputra to Aravalokiteshvara? Number one, what question Shariputra asked to Aravalokiteshvara? Number two, what response Aravalokiteshvara gave to Shariputra? Number two, what response Aravalokiteshvara gave to Shariputra? Number two. Number one, verse number one. What question Shariputra asked Aravalokiteshvara? Number two, what response Aravalokiteshvara gave to Shariputra's question? Number two. Number three, what is the benefit? What benefit we get if we practice the way Aravalokiteshvara taught as response to the question asked by Shariputra? What benefit we get if we practice as Aravalokiteshvara taught? Okay, so let me quickly explain what these 3 points are. The first, what is the first one? Was a question asked by Shariputra to Aravalokiteshvara. The question asked is, how should a child of the lineage practice the perfection of wisdom? Let me repeat it. How should a child of the lineage practice the perfection of wisdom? So what is meant by that? How should a child of the lineage? Lineage, there are so many lineages. In the past, the king's lineage, the son of the king, was considered as very important. Why? We call him as a prince. And why the prince is considered very important? The son of the king is considered very important. Why? Anyone? Why? In those days. Because he is going to sit on the throne after the father. In other words, he's going to become the king. How many agree with it? He's going to be the most important person very soon because he's holding this lineage. So child of lineage. So lineage, there's so many lineages. The lineage of the Buddhas, the lineage of the kings. The lineage of the kings is supposed to protect one's their kingdom. The lineage of Buddhas, Buddha is to protect everyone, not only in your kingdom, all sentient beings. Which lineage is more important? Lineage of the king or the lineage of Buddha? Lineage of the Buddha, because you go in this direction, you are thinking of benefiting everyone. So how many of you are in the lineage of the kings, for sense? King's lineage? No one. But don't worry. You can be the holder of the best of the lineages, which is the lineage of the Buddhas. When will you become the lineage holder of the Buddhas? The moment you make a commitment that may my Buddha nature inside manifest. The moment you make a wholehearted commitment, at that point you become the lineage holder of the Buddhas. So when you say, may my Buddha nature manifest, may the hidden treasure manifest. When you say this, Buddha nature doesn't mean Buddhism, don't forget it. Buddhist, no. It's about your hidden treasure. Each one of us, whether you're Buddhist or not, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Everyone has his hidden treasure. Anybody who makes a wholehearted commitment, may this hidden treasure be unveiled so that all my painful tears will stop and my ease expands to infinity for the benefit of myself and for the benefit of all the sentient beings. The moment you make this wholehearted commitment, you become the lineage holder of the Buddhas. Buddhas meaning awakened one. Anybody can be awakened. So this I've been repeating over and over again. So, but this, when you said that, may this hidden treasure be unraveled. When you say this, do you agree with me that when you say that, may I be say complete my, may I finish my PhD program? You have to put effort. Yes. Oh, without putting effort, always going to pubs all the time, and then say, may I finish PhD? You will never finish PhD. Maybe you may finish PhD in how to go to pubs, right? But you will never, the regular PhD you will never finish. So therefore, when you say that may the hidden treasure be unveiled, you have to put effort. What effort? This what veils this hidden treasure? Ignorance. So how to unveil this hidden treasure? By removing the ignorance. How to remove the ignorance? Hey, how to remove the ignorance? By igniting the light of the wisdom. You're getting it? By igniting the light of the wisdom. So, Shariputra asks, how should the child of the lineage practice the perfection of wisdom? You're getting it? So that the hidden treasure will be unveiled. Once that is unveiled, you can be of greatest benefit to yourself and greatest benefit to all the other sentient beings. Okay, so this question asked. Then Aravalokiteshvara responded that how to unveil this hidden treasure, how to practice the wisdom of emptiness, how to practice this. He explained in great detail. Aravalokiteshvara explained the emptiness concept, how everything is like illusion. You getting it? And you may be wondering, if you know everything is like illusion, how does it help? So this is what we're going to do. Although this is not the main topic here for this retreat, but still we will cover that part. Part of this will cover in this retreat. Okay, so then the Aravalokiteshvara explained everything's illusion. This is what we have to realize. The moment you realize this, then all your fears will stop. And the ignorance to see things as so objectified, so solidified there, they'll be stopped. Okay, how many you know what is a prank? How many you know prank? What is prank? The girl there. Anybody played prank on you? No. Anybody? Somebody played prank on you? No experience? Like what?
In the guest house I was staying, I had put the sign on the door to ask the cleaning lady to clean the room. And instead there was a boy who stayed there as well, and he turned the sign around.
Don't
Kept
clean.
doing it with all the other guests.
Okay.
So that was a prank.
That's a prank.
Yeah.
And how many you April Fool? April Fool. It's also a prank. Right? Okay, so how many of you had that experience where somebody played a prank on you and then coming in the guise of the ghost in the night with the bed sheet? How many had that experience? Anyone? No? Girl there, you had, who did it to you? Your brother? Your friend, they did it. And you were scared? Why? It's not real. Why were you scared? Yes, it looks like real. Was the opposite real? Unreal, illusion-like. You getting it? So when it says real, the fear arose. When you discover it is not real, the fear dissolved. You getting it? So when you see everything's like not real as illusion, your fears dissolve. Okay, so this will be studied later separately. So this is the benefit where all your fears will dissolve when you discover that everything is like illusion, the way Aravalokiteshvara taught in response to the question asked by Shariputra. Okay, so but this will, and it says that this realization to stop all your painful tears and to expand your happiness, this is the gateway which all the Buddhas traverse, with all the Buddhas passed through. This is the only gateway. So if you want to stop painful tears, and expand your ease to infinity for yourself, for others. This is the only gateway to realize that everything is the illusion. So, say, so how many of you in your life we went through emotional turmoils, so much emotional turmoils, and you feel so suffocated. No, I should not be doing this. But then, you are being addicted, emotionally. Addiction, not necessarily alcohol or drugs. Emotional addictions are also there. Oh, I have to do this. So anger, attachment, greed. When they overpower you, you are totally helpless. You become like crazy. You getting it? So there, you know that this is wrong. This is not healthy for you. Yet the tendencies take you over. So how to uncover these tendencies? The best solution. Sometimes you feel so helpless, but when you realize that everything is like illusion, you are liberated. Okay, how do you discover everything illusion? And with which then you see that all your mental anxiety, stress, helplessness dissolves. So this is discovery that everything is illusion. That is the gateway through which all the enlightened beings follow. Okay, let's read this together. The Heart Sutra, the Perfection Wisdom Sutra. I prostrate to the Arya Triple Gem. Thus did I hear at one time the Buddha was dwelling on Masavalcha's mountain in Rajgriha, together with a great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Buddha was absorbed in the concentration on the categories of phenomena called profound illumination. Also, at that time, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara looked upon the very practice of the profound illumination of wisdom and beheld those five aggregates also as empty of inner nature. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara: how should any child of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound professional wisdom train? He said that, and the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara said this to the Venerable Shariputra: Shariputra, any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of profound professional wisdom should look upon it like this, correctly and repeatedly, beholding those five aggregates also as empty of inner nature. Form is empty, empty is the form, empty is no other than form, form is also no other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, composition factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, likewise, all phenomena are empty, without characteristic, unproduced, unceased, stainless, not without stain, not deficient, not fulfilled. Shariputra, therefore, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no composite factors, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visual form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object to touch, and no phenomenon. There is no I element and so on, up to and including no mind element and no mental consciousness element. There is no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, and so on, up to and including no aging and death and no extinction of aging and death. Similarly, there is no suffering, origination, cessation, and path. There is no exalted wisdom, no attainment, also no unhidden. Therefore, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and dwell in the perfection of wisdom, the mind without obscuration, thus without fear. Having completely passed beyond error, they reach the end point of nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in three times and also manifestly complete awakening is unsurpassable. Perfect enlightenment, complete enlightenment relies on the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequaled, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, should be known as truth, since it not false. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is declared: Dhyata Om Gade Gade Bara Sam Gade Bodhiswaha. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva should train the profound passion like that. Then the Buddha arose from their concentration and commanded the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara, saying, well said, son of lineage, it is like that, it is like that. One should practice a profound perfection of wisdom, just as we indicated. Even the Tathagatas rejoice. The Buddha, having thus spoken, the Venerable Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara, those around and the entire, along with the world of gods, humans, asuras, and gandharvas, were overjoyed and highly praised that spoken by the Buddha. We'll recite this mantra 5 times together. Deyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhisvatyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgate Bodhisvatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvaha. By the teachings of three supreme jewels possessing power of truth, may inner and outer hindrances be transformed, may they be dispelled, may they be non-existent, may they be pacified, may all negative forces opposed to the Dhamma be completely pacified, may the host of 80,000 obstacles be pacified, may we be separated from problems and conditions, may all enjoyments be in accord with the Dhamma, may auspicious and perfect happiness pervade this place now. Okay, people will turn to, okay, page 44, the foundation of all good qualities. Okay, this is a very important text, short text, which has only 14 verses. And this is like the roadmap to complete enlightenment from where we are now till Buddhahood. So how to go there is a complete roadmap. And the author, Lama Tsongkhapa, he was a 14th century great enlightened master from Tibet, and he wanted to come to India, to Nalanda. But on the way, he met with another great teacher, and the great teacher requested him, please stay in Tibet, because you are already a great teacher and you benefit so many people. And if you go to Nalanda University, Monash University, no doubt you'll become the top scholar and the top abbot you'll become. But then the benefit would be much greater if you stay here in Tibet. So he was persuaded to stay in Tibet, and then he now do with respect to the wisdom, with respect to the compassion, in a very systematic way, and that too in a very the what do you call it, more like the literary explanation, very academic, extremely refined explanation plus practice, both. He really made incredibly great contribution. Now what we're learning, this is all coming from this great teacher. And of course, so many teachers, they connected, like immediate teacher for us, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and all my great teachers, and the one is already 95 years, and another one is 97 years now. So these great teachers, 97, and still you, say if you get chance to meet him, so in fact, many of them, they met Venerable Geshe Bhattacharya, who's now 95 years. So last time doing the teaching. So you ask any questions. So you can just pick up what you are saying. You may not be able to articulate your questions. And you say, this is what you're asking. He will tell you back. This is the sharpness. These brilliant teachers. Okay. So, 14 verses, and the great teacher, Lama Tsongkhapa, the author of this. This is so precious roadmap for us. And I remember when it was, I think, in the West, which country, I don't remember too well, that His Holiness was there. Then there was one place high up, like a hilltop, and the host requested His Holiness, please do some prayers here, because this place is considered as haunted place. This is where the many people die. So please pray. And then on the spot, His Holiness just sat down and recited this text, short text, 14 verses. And for me, as say, since my childhood, like our childhood meaning, I was in my 20s. After my class 12, I joined the Institute Buddhist Dialect Text. So we have been reciting this every day, but I took it more as like a prayer. And then when His Holiness said it right there, just as the countermeasure to subdue all these negative forces, then I started to take it very seriously, and then realized to discover that this is a treasure, incredible great treasure. Had it not been the case that this great teacher, Lama Tsongkhapa, appeared on planet Earth, we will not get this text. This text so succinct and yet complete roadmap to enlightenment. Okay, we'll read this together. The foundation of all good qualities is a kind and perfect pure Guru. Correct devotion to him is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this, implying great effort, please bless me to rely upon him with restraint. Understanding that the precious of freedom of spirit is found only once, is greatly meaningful and is difficult to find again. Please bless me to generate the mind that unceasingly day and night takes its essence. This life is as impermanent as a water bubble. Remember how quickly it decays and death comes. After that, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of virtuous and non-virtuous karmas follow. Finding firm and definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be careful, to abandon even the slightest negativity, and accomplish all virtuous deeds. Samsaric splendors are unsatisfying and unreliable. Seeking them is the door to all suffering. Recognizing these shortcomings, please bless me to generate a strong wish for the bliss of liberation. Led by this pure thought, mindfulness, alert, great question arise. The root of the teaching is keeping the Pratimoksha vows. Please bless me to accomplish this essential practice. Just as I have fallen into sea of samsara, so for all mother migratory beings, please bless me to see this, train in supreme bodhicitta, and bear the responsibility of freeing migratory beings. Even if I develop bodhicitta, but I don't practice at 3 times of morality, I will not achieve enlightenment. With my clear recognition of this, please bless me to practice the Bodhisattva vows with great energy. Once I pacify distractions to wrong objects and correctly analyze the meaning of reality, please bless me to generate quickly within my mind stream the unified path of karma abiding special inside. Having become a pure vessel by training in the general path, please bless me to enter the holy gateway of the fortunate ones, the supreme Vajra vehicle. At that time, the basis of accomplishing the true attainments is keeping pure vows and samaya. As I become firmly convinced of this, protect these vows and places like my life. Then, having realized the importance of the 2 stages, essence of Vajrayana, by practicing with great energy, never giving up the 4 sessions, please bless me to realize the teachings of the Holy Guru. Like that, may the Gurus who show the noble path and spiritual friends who practice after long lives, please bless me to completely all outer and inner hindrances. In all my lives, never separated from perfect gurus, may enjoy this magnificent Dharma by completing qualities and stations of the path, may quickly attain the state of Vajratara. Okay, we'll recite this maximum verse. Let me quickly give you the background of this maximum verse. This maximum verse, this is a praise to the author of the text, Lama Tsongkhapa, and who composed this. Originally, it was composed by himself. Not to praise himself, as a praise to his own teacher. Jesu Rendao Shunurute. And he composed this text by equating his teacher to the 3 perfect qualities of the Buddha. 3 perfect qualities embodied in the 3 forms of embodiments: perfect love or perfect compassion, embodied by Adavalukteshvara here, and the perfect wisdom, embodied by Adamanjushri, embodied here to my on the altar to our left side, to your right. Yes. And then the Arya Vajrapani, who embodied the power of all the Buddhas. So anybody who is equipped with these three qualities, perfect love, perfect knowledge, and perfect power, you have the potential to benefit all the beings. So the author of this text, he equated his own teacher, Jizun Rendo Shinulutu, with these three embodiments of the perfect quality, three perfect qualities of the Buddha. Then Jizun Rendo Shinulutu, the teacher, he read this praise and then he erased his name. Replaced his name by his own student's name, Lama Tsongkhapa. Said that this praise does not fit well with me, it fits better with you. So then it becomes so widely being recited everywhere in the world. So first we'll say this in English, followed by 3 times in Tibetan. You are Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of non-referential compassion, and Manjushri, master of flawless wisdom, as the Vajrapani, Disho holds the demons without exception, Tsongkhapa, crown jewel of the sages of the land who snows, those on top by at your feet we make prostrations. And in fact, in my monastery, at the Bunosura Monastery in South India, so we first recite the same verse, originally composed by Lama Tsongkhapa, in praise of his own teacher, followed by this. This is the tradition which in my monastery is followed, but everywhere in Tibet and also in Ladakh, Mongolia, everywhere, this particular verse is being said. Okay, we'll say this 3 times in Tibetan. When we say this, we chant it. When we chant it, to accommodate the melody, we skip the 3rd line. It's not for any other reason. It's just to accommodate the melody. Sovate. In English once more. You are Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of non-referential compassion, and Manjushri, master of flawless wisdom, as well as Vajrapani, destroyer hosts of demons without exception, Songkapa, crown jewel of the sages who let us know, those on top by at your feet amid prostrations. Okay, let's turn to page 49. Let's recite these verses. And, okay, so this is known as taking the aspirational bodhisattva vow. So when you say aspirational bodhisattva vow, it has nothing to do with what is known as the commitment. So the bodhisattva vow, there are two kinds. One is the actual bodhisattva vow, and the other one is the aspirational bodhisattva vow. And then what we do every morning is not the actual bodhisattva vow. For the actual bodhisattva vow, the aspirant, the participant should have, say, degrees of the practice, commitments and practice should have some experience of the universal compassion, not just intellectual understanding, but experience through years of practice. Until you reach that level, you're not entitled to take the aspiration, the full-fledged bodhisattva vow. But aspiration bodhisattva vow, anybody can take. And you are not even you're not necessary to be a Buddhist. If not Buddhist can also take anybody who really appreciates compassion, who admires compassion, who has a sense of concern for others' well-being. So as long as you are of that kind, that person, you are entitled to engage in this practice. So, with this mind, there's no commitment at all. The only commitment at all, if you want to have something, it is to make a promise that from today onwards, I'll try my best not to harm others. I'll try my best to render benefit to others. These two things, if you get committed, it doesn't mean that you are not allowed to become angry from today onwards. No, because we can't become angry. Anger just as an emotional state which can come innately, spontaneously at any time, but deep inside the feeling that I will try my best not to harm others, and I'll try my best to be of benefit to others. If this much you can commit yourself, you're entitled to engage in practice. So I'm going to explain the first verse and the last two verses on the next page. The first verse, given that what we are trying to do here is all in all, what we're trying to do is we are trying to unravel the hidden treasure within you. We all have this hidden treasure. So we're trying to retrieve this hidden treasure. And to unravel this hidden treasure, this is something which we have never done. Since time immemorial till today, we never did this. We never put effort to unravel this hidden treasure. The real joy, for example, saying, okay, just someone tell me, what do you see as a source of admiration? What do you admire in your life? Tell me. What do you admire in your life? Say somebody like Mark Zuckerberg, I admire him for his wealth, or Einstein for his intelligence, or for Mozart for skill in music, and so forth. What do you admire? Anyone?
Kindness.
Quick. Huh?
Kindness.
Admire kindness. Very good. Anyone else? Huh? Admire the mother. Very good. Anyone else?
People who dedicate all their life to service.
Dedicate one's life for service. Anyone else? Be very honest. How many plan to go for startups, for instance? Those people, they admire Mark Zuckerberg, I know. Right? Okay, Dara, tell me, what do you admire?
Thinking of kindness.
Huh? Kindness, amazing, very good. Anyone else?
Patience.
Huh?
I admire other people's patience.
Patience, amazing, very good. Anyone else?
Talent.
Huh?
Talent.
Talent, very good. That's true. Very honest. I see talents of others. Anybody has a good talent, like even chef, musicians, the philosophers, or what else? Talents or computer skills. Any talent is amazing. In fact, I agree with this. If I'm, they say, I admire anybody having special talents. Talents. For example, say music. You can buy the ready-made, beautiful music. But if I see a person who actually has this talent, I really admire. Anyone else? What do you admire? Huh? Knowledge. Very good. Knowledge. Very good. Anyone else? Quality. Same the Lojula, right? Lojula has many admirations. The mother, the qualities. Yes, quality. This is again another thing. Extremely important. Anyone else? Last.
Dedication.
Huh?
Dedication.
Dedication. The committed. Full dedication. When I say I'll do it, you do it, no matter what. This is extremely important quality. Say somebody say, "Oh, I'll help you." Oh, any problem, come to me. And when you have a small problem, go to him. Oh, I'm sorry. Right? There's no dedication. So where there's a dedication, these people are reliable. These people are reliable. You getting it? The person will not make much commitments. The moment said, okay, don't worry, this I'll help you. The person makes a commitment, then the person is dedicated to make sure that it happens to you. That is extremely important qualities. So we have to identify these qualities. For example, what this girl said. Oh wow, this is amazing. This is anything that I need to cultivate. You're getting it? We have to learn these qualities. We have to cultivate these qualities and value these qualities. Only when you value them, you will try to integrate them in your own life. This is so precious. Okay. So, so what I'm saying is that what do you admire? What do you admire? These qualities. Finally, we see that the same any admiration that we have. For example, with the dedication or with the talents, and nobody talked about the wealth, the power, right? Nobody talked about the startups and so forth. Say the startups and power and wealth, then what? But this so that my life will be easy. My life will be easy. So in what ways it will be easy? So that I will, when I go through medical issues with the money, I can go to the best of doctors. So fun is about your well-being. Even the physical material things, they are for your well-being. And the real well-being is not from, is inside. Is inside. It's inside, the treasures inside, where you have the maximum. For example, the say that if you reach a level whereby the say your internal the hidden treasure manifest, and that you don't have to depend on food at all. So then the money, food at all, you don't worry about the health at all. If this is a situation, then what's the use of the wealth? Tell me. Just to benefit others, people who don't have this. Otherwise, for you, there's nothing. For your own benefit, nothing. For example, there are many, many wealthy people. For example, like Ratan Tata. He is a great inspiration, amazing. He had a tremendous wealth, but his wealth is all dedicated for the wealth of others. Whereas some people, they're ultra rich billionaires and they still want to, extract from the public into their pocket. Disaster. So finally, they have only small tummy, one small tummy. That's it. And 3 meals, even 3 meals, they cannot eat. They have health issues. And what's going to do with the wealth? And the wealth is not ready to use. And even what the community has, even that they are extracting, stealing. So what I'm saying is that the hidden treasure is within us. The real wealth is within us. And this is not a theology. It's not a dogma. This is reality. We have to discover it. Don't just, you learn it, but don't be quick to accept it. Don't be quick to reject it. You have to learn it. And then Subject this to analysis, and you'll be amazed to see that, wow, this is amazing. So this treasure needs to be unraveled. If it's not unraveled, what's the use of this? You have to unfold it. So how to unfold it? For this unfolding this treasure, it never happened till today. Now we come to learn about it. I come to learn about it, and you are learning it. So with this, our job is that we need to undertake a journey to unfold this hidden treasure. So this journey is not an easy journey. It's not an easy journey. It's going to be the most important journey. Because of this, we need the greatest of support. Okay. How many when you came to something, you inquired about something, you inquired about what to carry and so forth from other people's hands? Yes, you inquired. Why do you inquire? Because this is a new place that I'm going there. You're getting a new place. So, uncovering hidden treasure, this is a totally new place. This is a totally new experience. So, therefore, you require the greatest of the support. And greatest of support is a triple gem, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So, the first line says, I'll go for refuge in the triple gem. Now, this journey involves a road. And the road, if the road is blocked by the fallen trees and the boulders, you cannot undertake the journey. So the road must be clear. And the road is none other than your own mind. Your mind should be cleared of the obstacles, negativities, anger, craving, jealousy. All these negativities, you must remove them in order to undertake this journey of unraveling hidden treasure. So, how to do that? One of the most effective way is by regretting or by confessing the negativities within you. So second line says, I confess the negativities individually. Now the road is clear, but if the car does not have the fuel, again you cannot undertake the journey. How many agree with me, hands? Yes. If the car does not have fuel, again you cannot undertake the journey. So the car is none other than your own mind. Your mind should have the enough fuel of the virtues. Virtues will make you moving, keep you moving. So you have to have enough virtues, and one of the best ways by which to accumulate virtue within a short span of time is by rejoicing in the virtues of others and rejoice in the virtues of yourself as well. So third line says, I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. Now the road is clear and the car is in the fuel. What kind of journey are you going to undertake? So fourth line says, I hold the precious Buddhahood in my heart. Precious Buddhahood does not mean Buddhism. It means your hidden treasure. Your hidden treasure, I'm going to unfold it. This is journey. Okay, let's say these three verses together 3 times. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Supreme Sangha. I generate the mind of bodhicitta to resolutely accomplish the aims of others myself. Having generated the mind of supreme enlightenment, I want all sentient beings to be my guests, and shall engage in the appearing days of excellence for enlightenment, may I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddhahood in my heart. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Supreme Sangha. I generate the mind of bodhicitta to resolutely accomplish the aims of others and myself. Having generated mind of supreme enlightenment, I want all sentient beings to be my guests, and shall engage in the appearing deeds of excellence and enlightenment, may I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddhahood in my heart. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Supreme Sangha. I generate the mind of bodhicitta to resolutely accomplish the aims of others and myself. Having generated the mind of supreme enlightenment, I want all sentient beings to be my guest, and shall engage in the appearing deeds of excellence and enlightenment, may I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Okay, we'll stop here and do the endation prayer, page 35, page 55, page 55, page 55. Okay, so at the end, we dedicate the merits to make sure that the merits that we accumulated, they are not damaged. So we dedicate this, that the all enlightened beings, such as the enlightened beings who work for the welfare of the humanity, who work for the welfare of the environment, the humanity, such as His Holiness the Dalai Lama. They live long and that their wishes be fulfilled spontaneously. Let's also pray that all these wars happening they stop as soon as possible, so that all the damages happening to the lives of the millions of people, and the environment, may they all be protected. And those who are suffering, may the pains be mitigated, and may the people get the sanity of compassion, sanity of wisdom, to see that ignorance is root to all the miseries, and thereby to stay away from it, to curtail, to remove the ignorance for good. And may all who are suffering in hospitals, who are going through the pains of the loss of near and dear and so forth, may they heal and realize the bodhicitta, the universal compassion bodhicitta, and the wisdom, so that the hidden treasure inside be unveiled, that they be able to lead all the demons and beings to complete enlightenment, the ultimate happiness. But as mindless result from verses together. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of happiness and good. All powerful Chavise Tenzin Gyalso, please remain until samsara ends. Just as the brave Panchu share in Samadhi too, realize things as they are. Also, I dedicate all this medicine in the best way, that I may follow the perfect example. I dedicate all these rules of virtue with the dedication praised as the best by all the Buddhas who appeared in 3 times, so that I might perform the noble Bodhisattva's deeds. I dedicate the merit thus gathered towards the realization of the deeds and the prayers of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas all 3 times, and to the upholding of the doctrine, scripture, and insight. May in all lives, through the force of this merit, never sever from the four wheels of the Mahayana vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect, and the two stages. Having dispelled all in and out obstacles and downfalls, epidemics and natural disasters due to environmental degradation. May all beings forever enjoy the glory of peace and happiness. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate mind of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. May I spend day and night carefully reflecting but what means can enhance his teaching, achieved by Supreme Savior through his strenuous effort of countless eons. From my 2 collections, vast space that have amassed from working with effort in this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds were surmised blind of ignorance. Okay, we'll say this once. A praise to Buddha Shakyamuni.